Hi guys, another video, another of my online shopping adventures. This time I went shopping on eBay. eBay is a bit of a tricky plaster. If you have seen my other videos, there are a lot of fake products floating around on eBay, so I would be very careful when you shop on eBay. Usually if there's a deal too good to be true, you can be pretty sure it's a fake. It's always worth it checking the reviews of a seller. I would definitely recommend this. Check out the photos, compare it to the original product, especially maybe if you can see it in the shop. Otherwise, Google a lot of online photos about the original product. Saying that, I had, I did a last year video on a fake product I got, which was a fake Pat McGrath palette. And the photos they took were actually the photos from the Pat McGrath website, so it did look like an original. Saying that, that's also usually quite a good indicator that it's a fake if they use the official photos from the website of the product and not actually their own photos of the product itself. I was lucky this time. I'm 100% sure that both of the products I received are actually original ones. I got 2 eyeshadow palettes. I got one from Ciate from the Olivia Palermo collection and one from Givenchy. This was the La Palette Eclat Nocturnes, or Nocturnes, I don't know, which was last year's Christmas edition. I eyed this one up last year and I wasn't really sure. And if you're lucky actually on eBay, you can sometimes make a really good deal. The Ciate one I got, well, how much did I pay? I paid £28 inclusive delivery, and I think this one retailed for £35 if I remember correctly, so I got it a bit cheaper, and it's supposed to be new and unused. We will have a look in a sec. And the Givenchy one, no, actually that was cheaper. I paid £15 for this one inclusive delivery, and so I literally got it for half price than what it was supposed to be in the shops. And same with this one. This one in the shops retailed I think at £50 or £55, and I paid for this one, I paid £28 inclusive delivery. Both of them arrived quite quickly, and both of them were quite well packaged. This is another thing to look out for. If you do buy eyeshadow palettes via eBay and you buy from a private seller, make sure it arrives in good condition. Even after it arrived, make sure that you check the product, because the other thing, it's also if something breaks, means the product is broken, the seller actually has to take it back, even if it's a private seller and they say no returns because the product is broken. And I always recommend to pay via PayPal, because you are more protected via PayPal for most of the cases if there is something going wrong with the products. But let's open them up. Firstly, I quite like that they both still had their original box. There we go. This is the Givenchy palette. Sparkly design. It's a sequin design, to be honest. It feels quite cheap, but I had this one in my hand in the shops, so even in the shops I was thinking it feels a little bit cheap, which is why I didn't go for it at the time. I still like this one though a year later, so I thought, okay, I will try to get it and splurge on it. There we go. Plastic. It's 3.5 grams of eyeshadows in there, and the reason I really wanted to get it, I don't know if you know that palette, but oh, wrong side. Sorry. What really intrigued me was the shape. There we have it. It's the famous star design. It's not the first time Givenchy had eyeshadow palettes with the star design. They had one, I think, 2016 as well. And I was always quite intrigued by it. And I know some people would not like it at all. For me, it's more like a collector's piece, because I know that once you go down in these, if you actually use it up, it would be tricky with the brush to get into the corners and things like this. You have a little mirror, of course, and there you have the shades. Saying that, I bought it as a collector's piece, but I will swatch it for you guys, because I like to look at it. Oh. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Actually, the gold overspray they did on this one, on the eyeshadows, is even on the plastic, which is quite funny, because as soon as it's off, the plastic is just black. Kind of disappointing. Another thing I would also recommend when you do buy products on eBay, especially from private sellers, if you're not 100% sure if it was used or not, but you're still happy to use it because it looks pretty much untouched, get a little spray bottle, put some isopropyl alcohol in it, and if it's eyeshadows, before you put them on your eyes, just spray it on top and disinfect them. So I will do that with both of the palettes later today. I will swatch them, but I would not put it on my eyes yet, just in case, because you don't know who had it before and who might have touched it and had their fingers in it. So just a bit of a tip on the side there. So let's swatch these. First the big star, then this one, and then the tiny star. Look, now they don't look as nice anymore. I rubbed the overspray off. There we go. To be honest, the swatches are a bit underwhelming, but again, I actually saw this one on the shop and I knew roughly what to expect. Some eyeshadows, I really hope that one actually turns out a bit better on the eyes than it does in the swatches. But I'm okay with these two. It looks quite nice. So I will use it, but I also bought it for the main reason to look at it. That's just sometimes what you do with makeup. But it is overspray. See, I rubbed the overspray off now. Pretty though. Happy I got it. Happy with the state of it, and can't say anything else. Now the next one. This is the Ciate Olivia Palermo Smoldering Eye Palette. You have the shade names on the back as well. This one, how much is in there? 12 grams. So there you go. Let's open it up. The box is a bit battered, but it still came in its original box, which is good. Ta-da! Oh. Okay, even with the little instructions. I think what they missed really the trick with that one. I really like the design on the box. It's a bit of a shame they didn't put it on the palette. I mean, the palette is still nice. It's like a plasticky faux leather look, and it's embossed with Ciate London Olivia Palermo. That says the Smoldering Eye Palette. Anything else interesting? No, not really. Okay, let's open it up. Ta-da! There we go. Big mirror. Oops. Still has the plastic overlay, which is good. And there we go. And to be honest, looking at the shades, they look pretty unused to me. I think you would see if there would be finger or brush strokes in there. Very happy with that one. You still can see literally the pressing on it, especially in the middle one. And I think we should get right into swatching it. I'm really into these colors here, which was the main reason I really fancied this palette. And I looked at it for a long time. And sometimes you just wait long enough when it comes into your life. So let's get this one swatched. Just cleaning my fingers from the previous swatch. Where do I swatch it? Maybe on my arm. Okay. There we have the top row. Oh wow. Looks pretty good to me already. The second one looks a bit powdery, but the shimmery ones, well, shimmery ones are usually the better ones anyway. Let's go to the next row. Oh yeah, the mattes don't seem to, like this last one hardly shows up at all. Saying that though, my arm is dry. I didn't use any primer to swatch it on. And I still like it. I still like it. So the middle one seems to be quite good brow bone highlight. It's just like this beigey color. There we go. You can hardly see it actually. So overall, I'm happy with it. The mattes do look a bit but swatches don't tell the whole story. Sometimes it looks completely different when you put it on the eye. I think what I might do is I will put a sticky base down and I will swatch the mattes again. Where do I put them? Maybe here on my arm. I still use one of my old cream eyeshadows as a sticky base for my eyes to use it up. There we go, put it here. So let's watch the matte ones only again. This one didn't swatch so nice, this one wasn't so nice. They feel really silky and smooth, which is quite nice. There we go. Yeah, on the sticky base, it looks much better. Yeah, definitely. Look at this. Really, really nice. They feel really soft and silky, so I think they will blend out really nicely on the eye as well, which is quite nice. So I will probably give feedback about this palette in another video, but I'm definitely happy I got it now. Some of these shades are really nice. Maybe to quickly run through the shades, you definitely have satin, satin, satin. This is a satin as well. It has a bit of sparkle in there, but I wouldn't call it a real shimmer. And this is satin as well, as you can see. And the rest, this one, and this one. Actually, and the middle one. Forget this one because it's literally in the middle. They're the matte ones. So it's a good mix of colors, and it will be a good complementary palette to what I have already. So I'm really, really happy with that. But there we go. Ciate, Olivia Palermo. Is this still a thing? I know they also brought out a lot of nail varnishes at the time. I think I had one or two. I think I still have one actually, which were quite nice. But overall, focus. I'm happy with my shopping on eBay. I can't complain, but do look out for it, guys, and don't feel bad that if you do have a bad experience, you need to flag it to eBay if there's a bad egg with the sellers. And also, what I sometimes do is even when people sell and you can literally see on the photos completely rancid makeup, don't do that, guys. And guys, also don't shop for that. Seriously, I flag these sellers to eBay sometimes because stuff like this is actually forbidden to sell on eBay, and I would be really careful in buying used cream products and stuff like this on eBay. It's just a bit too dangerous. It's the same with used lipsticks. Be careful. You can disinfect them a little bit by spraying alcohol on them, but overall it's just a bit of a tricky situation in my opinion. But apart from that, happy shopping to everyone, and let me know in the comments your experience shopping online, because makeup shopping online from not the official websites, would be interested to hear your experience about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.